Michael Blackson. You were so black. I didn't know what was. I thought I was interviewing Michael Blackson.
You know what? Don't start. Don't. Is this a gospel program I'm getting interviewed on?
Yes. What's going on, man?
Every time I do a gospel program with you, I gotta watch my mouth.
And you don't know how to act, and you don't listen anyway. So I'm
hard-headed.
I can give you 20 rules, and I guarantee you won't follow not one of them at all. First of all, Ms. Maybelle, introduce yourself to the people real quick.
Say it again. I'm talking to my fiance, and I'm sorry. When you see, let me.
I didn't know what was going on. I thought you were selling drugs. I was about to say, did I turn my computer off or something? I thought you was making a transaction.
Let me say something. When you home and you're on the computer, anything liable to happen in people's houses. You know what I mean? If I had to say hold on in the middle of my interview and I gotta go back from something, y'all gotta understand because I'm in the privacy of my home.
Hey, that'd be the realest thing right there. You can't. So, ladies and gentlemen, what she's trying to say is we're not liable for whatever you may see going on over there. Just close your eyes, tuck and roll, please.
Okay, tell me something. What is the Chris Dillard Experience creation? What is that? That sounds a little bootleg, under the table type mess. What is it? The Dillard Boys production. What have y'all got me on? This probably gonna mess up my credit score. What is this?
Hey, I'm not. The Chris Dillard Experience. This is the new infamous video podcast that's going on, and I'm honored to have you on it. So, I can't create or do anything without having one of the hottest comedians in the world.
That's right. Show. That's right. Tell them.
So Ms. Maybelle, what you been up to?
Well, trying to stay corona safe.
And how that's been going?
That's been going pretty good. I can't complain. I'm tired of being in the house. I want to be back on stage. I miss the stage. I'm not good at this. Like I've done some virtual shows. It's not the same. Chris, when you're a comedian, I'm a hands-on. I like to be all up in your face, spitting on you and everything. I can't get my groove like this. I can't do computer comedy. It doesn't make sense to me.
So what's been the hardest part of being a comedian during this, do you think?
A lot of events are closing, and it's hard reaching out to people. If you want to sell tickets, people don't really want to come out and support you and things like that. I don't blame them because I had to cancel an event last week because of the corona.
Mm-hmm.
Now they saying on the TV, we got a cure. That's some bull crap here. I'm not taking nothing they just made at the corner store. They can go to hell on with that bull crap. I'm not taking nothing.
Me, somebody gonna have the bootleg version down Lexington Market though. Yo, I got that vaccine for you for $3.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
You don't want that?
Nope.
So what do you say? So what other resources do somebody have now that we shut down? What can you do to make money if you're a comedian? Like, what can you do to bring and still do what you do to bring like creativity and laughter to people? Like, what do you?
The strip joints is open. You ain't heard them say nothing about the strip joints, have you? No. I'm getting ready to go put my application in tomorrow, Friday. I'm gonna see if I can get up on somebody's polls and make a couple dollars because we got to do something. Yeah. It's a stage, it's lights, it's drinking. We gotta put on a show at the club, at the strip club. Ain't nobody saying nothing about the strip club.
That's the only thing that ain't shut. They done shut down. I ain't heard one thing about this. You know what? You right though. Yeah, I just don't know. What would be your name, Maybelle? What would be your name?
Black Ice.
Black Ice.
Black Ice.
Like
Black ice, like when it snow, it's slippery. Black ice is slippery. I'm gonna be slippery. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes in and out.
That's because you're gonna be up there with them orthopedic slippers that you be wearing to all them shows, so it's gonna be slippery. Um, so Maybelle, let me ask you this: what do you have going on coming up? What do you have coming up next?
Well, tomorrow I will take a shower and get in my pajamas and look at TV. Ain't nothing going on. Nothing going on. Everything I have gotten is canceled. I tried to put on a ladies' event and I had to cancel that because you got to be careful.
Mhm.
You got to be worried about people. So the virtual shows are good. I want to thank the people that have called me to do that, but that's not really my thing.
Right.
Chris, wait a minute. Before we get into me, is anybody on here? I don't. What the hell? I'm just. I see we live 16 minutes and that time is counting, but it don't show me how many viewers you got on here. Is this
Because
your first day
we
on the
got
air?
you know what? We got YouTube going on. We got Facebook, Twitch. We got about 5 different platforms. So it's about.
I don't see how. Most time when you go. When you go on social media, you can tell who watching. It don't say nobody on here.
Maybelle, you got to start somewhere.
Okay, this your second day on the job, like Brandon.
Like,
Well, I don't.
oh,
Chris, is this your second day on the job?
is this your second? Yes, it is. I'm embarrassed.
Now, nobody in the damn room. This don't make sense.
I lied to you to tell you it was an interview, but really this was just a check to see was this thing even working. So I lied to tell you it was a live interview. Ain't nobody on this thing, child. It's just, it's just, it's just me and you having a
Oh my God,
conversation.
I'm choking.
So hey Maybelle, how long have you been doing comedy? What got you into comedy?
Okay, first question first. How many years? 23 years.
Ooh, 23 years.
23 years. And I got started from winning a contest at Burke's Comedy Club.
That's in Baltimore.
Yeah, it used to be down on Light Street. Now it's down by the Travel Plaza. And I won a contest and I was supposed to for 4 weeks I got $250 because I won the contest. And so from there, after I finished my 4 weeks, Comedienne Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
he hired me at 5 seasons.
Mm.
At 5 seasons, I put on a show, and somebody there came and hired me for another show.
Mm-hmm.
Did that show, and somebody hired, and that's how, if you good, or if you kind of look like you know what you're doing, you're going to get booked for other shows.
Mm.
But yeah,
Gotcha.
23 years of ups and downs. If you're getting into comedy, I know you ain't got no viewers right now, but for when somebody want to turn this on, if you're getting into comedy because you think it's a lot of money, you are the wrong ladder, sugar. This
Mm.
ain't for that. This is something you gotta love. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. And so with you doing that talent show or that contest, what made you say, you know what, I'm getting in it. I don't care if I'm funny or like what gave you that confidence to even get in the contest?
Well, I had seen a guy by the name of Tysko Hagler. We went to high school together. And
Wait,
he was
that sound like somebody who got caught having
don't do that.
relations.
Good friend of mine. Don't do that. Don't do
All
that.
right, okay.
So he was starting to get into the record. He was starting to get into the record business, and he called me and said, "Pam, they looking for a host down at the Comedy Factory. Won't you give them a call?" And at that time, I was doing a little modeling, doing a little acting, and I said, "I'm gonna give it a try." So
Mm-hmm.
when I called the lady, she wanted me to send her my bio. Well, at that time, I didn't have nothing really on the bio, so I lied a little bit and made it look real good. You know, sometimes you gotta do a little line to get what you want. So I sent that into her, and I did some headshots. And a guy by the name of Archie Williams, we used to work together down at the courthouse, and he told me where to go get my first headshot at.
These names sound more made up every time you say.
This
Go ahead.
is true story. anyway, so she said, well, you know what? I like your package you sent in. I'm going to need you to come in. You got 10 minutes of comedy. I said, no, 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 no. I don't want to be a comedian. She said, you know what, Pam? I think you're funnier than you think you are. I think you can do this. So immediately I went and bought 10 tickets for everybody, some people I knew, and told them, no matter what, I said, I need y'all to fall out laughing. I mean, falling over in the chair laughing, bust a gut laughing. So when we got there, and I was still, your first time getting on stage is very nerve-wracking. And when I went to get on, when they went to call me, no, wait, let me back up something, because I didn't come out as Pam. This is Pam. I had to think of somebody I could hide behind. And this is for Medea, before Howard G and Grandma G and them. I came up with an old lady character. Not really old, but somebody a little older that's hip. Like your older aunt that smoke weed and drink, that kind of person. Yeah. So I thought of her and came up with a costume and practiced her name. Then I got a book down at Barnes and Nobles on Pratt Street to show me how to be a comedian. Now, I can't read that good, so it took me a little while to get the concept of the book. And once I came up with my name and came up with my skit, what I was going to do, then it was time to do the show. So, but what they did wrong down at the Comedy Factory, they had offered my drinking cousins something to drink. So when it came time for me to come out, they didn't even realize, because they drinking all the free drinks, that I'm on the stage. So the people I bought the 10 tickets for, that was just a disaster. That was a disaster. So the people that I didn't know laughed at me harder than my family. And I still got a problem with that. I need to talk to somebody about that, because I had paid for 10 tickets and they wasn't even paying me a bit of mine.
Is that the cousin that when we did that show down in Brooklyn Park, the one that just got out jail, that they asked him for his ticket and he pushed the table over and came and sit down?
Is that why you ain't had me on no more of your show? Because my family a little ignorant.
Yeah, he walked past security. He walked straight into the comedy show and sat down at the table like he paid for a ticket. I said he the first person I know that squatted at a comedy show.
Don't do that. Don't talk about my family. Don't talk about, because I'm live on my phone and my family goes, don't talk about my family. You always welcome them.
You're right. I love your family, man, because they come ready to laugh and they be deep.
Yeah, boy, they come ready to have a good time.
And that brings us into a good, like, your following is faithful. We've had shows an hour away, 2 hours away. We've had shows down in West Bumble, and no matter where we have been, you have always had a big following that comes to the show to see you. Let's talk a little bit about the commitment it takes to making sure that you are giving your fans and followers the best that they can get from you. And what do you think keeps a faithful fan?
Well, first off, I want to thank you. Don't have nobody on here watching, but when you do get some followers on here, I want to thank everybody that purchased a ticket to come see me perform, because this 23 years has been hard. It's been hard, but I love what I do. So I definitely want to thank the people who buy the tickets, who don't just try not to answer the phone when I call, because they know I'm calling with something. But they know when they come see me, I'm going to give them a hell of a show. So definitely the ticket buyer, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. This 23 years it's been ups and downs, and you're going to have that. Success don't come overnight. You got to pay your dues. I ain't talking about working with Howard G and don't pay your dues. I'm talking about really pay your dues. You don't do this for the money. You do this for the experience, and you do this to meet different people, to build relationships. That's what comedy is about. Comedy is not about a female getting on there and talking about her boobs and her ass. I'm sorry, is this a gospel program again? So I don't think that's funny for women. We can't say the same thing y'all can say on stage. To me, that's not funny. I don't need to come out all half dressed and my boobs out for you to laugh at me. My material that I say is going to get you.
It should be funny enough.
Yeah, it should be funny. So it's a lot of newbies I really have a problem with, because they didn't try to change the game. But as long as I'm in this business, you ain't gonna change the game. You got to study. You got to work
Mm.
hard. You got to get out of them clubs that got cigarettes and smoking that marijuana. You got to get into some good crowd people, and that's how you build your following. Because everybody, no mess. Ain't nobody gonna follow no mess.
Absolutely, and that's what I try to pride myself on when I throw shows. Is making sure. And I remember one time you pulled me up because I said, "Man," you was like, you had made a comment to me, and you was like, "Man, you don't be having no fights out here." And I said, "No, they ain't fighting out here." And then you was like, "Well, one thing I always want you to remember is." Don't have a show based on how you see other people having a show. Go with what works for you and stay in that lane. And that advice stuck with me with every show that I try to do. I try to do it to a high standard because I don't want to. I don't have to get ratchet on my show in order, for people to come out. I go with quality and the best, and that's one of the reasons why whenever I think of the best, you always come up.
Thank you. Thank you. You have to put the best product out because your name is estate. So if people see you do a bullcrap show, they're not going to support you. You might get one or two in the beginning, but after a while, Baltimore is small. Everybody know everybody. So if you're putting out garbage, it's gonna fly. It's gonna fly. Yeah, I think that's the key to longevity. Studying, because comedy change every hour. Every
Mm,
day is something new to talk about. And you gotta know what you're talking about. And you can't get up there and crack on people because you're gonna get your ass whipped. Oh, basically, I'm keeping it real tonight. So if you're going to get up there Steve Harvey taught me this. Oh, we got to talk about the Steve Harvey experience too. So Steve Harvey taught me that when you crack on your audience, you done ran out of material.
mm,
And
ooh,
if you're a seasoned comedian, even if you kind of a newbie, if you call somebody red dot and you say, look here, I need you to do 25 minutes. 25 minutes, that's it. That's it. You don't need to go over when the light flashing. You stay your ass out there. It's not about that. No, you got to stay on schedule with the show. So if you hire a comedian to do a show for 20, 25 minutes, that's what you expect. Because you didn't pay. Most of the time, I've never had to run you down with my car because you ain't paid me. And I like that you pay in the beginning. I
in the
don't like
beginning.
doing
Yep,
shows. I don't like doing shows where the promoter pays me at the end. Not all the time I want to stay for your event. So if
absolutely.
I'm the first one or the last one, pay me as soon as I get in there. That's one of my pet peeves. Don't do that because I'm embarrassing. So, and have my money already ready and have my chicken and my Pepsi soda in the green room. If you ain't got a green room, and that's what I like about you, Chris, because when we went over out there in Glen Burnie, you always had a green room for us. Now you didn't really have food waiting, but you had a green room.
I tried. It just got 8 before y'all got there. I'm
Oh,
hiding it. I don't always do right, Maybelle. I don't
I
always
know,
do
I
right.
know, but you
So let me
try.
ask you this: if somebody came to you right now and gave you the Maybelle show on TV right now, a 10 episode show, what would you say with everything that you have learned so far? What would your show be about?
Cooking with Maybelle, because I got to show you how to cook in the kitchen and have a little fun with it.
What's your
Part of the,
favorite?
huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, cooking in the kitchen with Maybelle because I've done some shows like that and I love doing that. I want to talk to some celebrities because I know how to interview from me doing radio. I like doing all that kind of stuff. I like interacting with people and finding out where you come from type thing. You know, it would definitely be some funny skits. It would be some on the street, like like we sneaking in the supermarket or something, stealing the lunch meat. You know.
That's
So
what I'm
I'm
talking about.
still waiting on that. I'm still waiting on it. I have done just about everything possible, but I would love to have my own TV show.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. And how my boy been doing?
Nick, he's upstairs
Yeah.
waiting at the door. You coming to get him? See, dealing with a disabled child and juggling comedy, I still don't know how I was able to do that. That's
Mm,
God right there, because me myself couldn't have done that. Because you can't leave your child with somebody who you're going to be worried about. Because if I'm worried about Nick, I can't perform right.
mm,
So trying to find a nurse that's suitable has been challenging, because I send their asses home. Don't come in here with that. You're not gonna come in my house combing your hair and on your cell phone. We ain't doing that. You are here for one reason. I'm not trying to be your friend. You are here to take care of my child. That's it.
hmm
That's it.
What's the hardest part about trying to find somebody that's suitable? I know you got all kind of stories. What's the worst thing? What's the craziest thing you seen somebody do while taking care or talking about they want to be a child care provider for you and Nick?
Man, okay. Me and Charlton was talking about. You know my man, right, Charlton?
Mm,
Okay, so we were talking about this just the other day. Nick is 14. I think I've had nursing services for 2 years. You get the call in late. You get the fall. I've had the falling of the sleep ones, and I put their asses out my house. You get the ones that don't smell too good. You get the one with all this track hair. And Nick have cerebral palsy. So I told the girl, stop wearing that long 20-inch weave because he likes to grab. She ain't want to listen. I hear her one day getting Nick in the bed and she's screaming. So I run in, the track all down here across her nose, and come on, man. You
yeah.
can't come here to work. You gotta come here to work, because my son has cerebral palsy. He liable to flip out any given moment and
Mm,
then snap back. You won't even know. It's so quick with him. I tell him he got cerebral palsy on demand because he can flip it. He already know how to flip it. So
on
you can't.
demand.
Yeah, it's on demand. Like you once watch something on demand, you push the button. That's him.
Hmm.
One minute he's somebody you don't recognize, the next minute he's a sweet little kid. You're like, this boy did not. Like I put on social media the other day. He didn't. First he asked me for pizza. And I tried to tell him, you can't ask for specialty stuff and your check ain't cleared yet. Your check ain't came out.
Right.
So I didn't have enough money for pizza. I told him not today. And I'm thinking he was cool with that. Red dot, I come back in the room. He done took everything off the bed, the sheets, the pad, the pillow. I'm like, what the hell? So, to all the mothers, to all the parents who deal with disabled children, I'm going to give y'all a hand clap, because nobody knows what we really go through.
Mm,
And then some days it's fine. Then some mornings he want to fight. I done got banged in the eye. You see how my eye look like that? I done got banged in the eye with that little fist, but I wouldn't trade it for nothing. Can't nobody
mm.
take care of my boy like I do.
Like you do, and you do a
So
heck of a job, man.
thank you,
I
baby. So
commend you.
the most funny is, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. I felt myself going to go to the jail, and I try not to get in trouble no more, because the judge said next time I come around through here, I'm gonna be resting a while. So I try to stay out the court system. I try to stay far away from central booking, because hey, I'm Ms Maybelle now, but my jail record ain't that good. So I
Right.
try to. I'm not on probation. All my probation is finished. So I just try to stay cool. So
Yep.
we didn't have nursing for a couple years now. So the
Right.
first year we lived out Woodlawn in these townhouses where Governor Hogan got us a house at from the Section 8 program. I know you know about the Section 8 program. South.
Hmm.
He had got us.
I gotta know. Okay, yeah, I know about it.
See, if you had some listeners on here, they be like, hey now, we know about it. But since you ain't got nobody watching us, so this program had a elevator in it.
Uh-huh.
So we didn't got stuck in the elevator 2 times. Can you imagine me and my big self jumping out? It was crazy. So,
You know
but it was
what?
better than where we came from. So I had this nurse that was from Africa. I don't know why I keep getting these nurses from across town, because I don't understand them and they sure don't understand me.
Right.
Right? Okay. So the girl was in there taking care of Nick, feeding him. No, she was just sitting there with him. I was
Uh-huh.
cooking dinner. At this house, the kitchen was right next to the living room where she was. So you know how you see stuff out your peripheral? When you got cataracts, it's kind of hard to you be like, wait a minute, did I see something for real or not?
Mm-hmm.
And I happened to look over at her. I was putting something in the refrigerator, and the girl was eating one of them African crackers. She took a bite off of it and put the rest in his mouth. Ah! Oh my God. So I said, excuse you, what is you doing? She says, oh, I was just saying that. You don't need to do that. We get food stamps in here. He got plenty of stacks. You don't need to share that with him.
Oh,
Man,
I know you was hot.
oh my God, Chris. Oh God, I just seen my name on the jail cell. I'm gonna knock out. We're going out. We're going out.
Now that's a play
So
I want to see. I would Miss Maybelle go to jail. Oh my
I
goodness.
threw her out. I threw her bag on the ground outside. I was so angry. And then she said, nah, 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 nah. I can't punch out yet. My shift over. I said, your ass get ready to be over. You need to go.
You need
So
to go.
it's been some times where I've had to actually put nurses out because they don't understand. This ain't this ain't a game right here.
Mm-hmm.
If the state paying you, or rather I'm paying you, you got to come in here and do your job. If
And
you're
do
not
what
going to
you.
go to work, don't come here because my attitude ain't right. Oh
Now
yeah,
that.
the one girl. Now we live out here in Lutherville, right?
Mm,
I'm the only black out here, which is fine. Ain't nobody came to the door with no sheets on their head, so I'm good. So one girl, I like this rib place down the street, so I had called myself saving her some ribs.
uh-huh.
Why I go outside the next day, the ribs thrown outside. Girl, this ain't Drill Hill Park. What my dog brought it to me. What the hell? No, 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 no. And then, okay, by this being the big house, if I leave the nurse in the kitchen with Nick, I might walk off to the room. That's
Right.
my chance for me to sneak back so I can see what your ass is doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come back. This nurse doing there.
Sleep? No, she ain't.
Sleep. Girl, I will punch you in your face. Anybody, the people, to the people that take care of their child, God bless them because
Where's you finding these nurses on Angie List or Craigslist or you ain't you? Let's see.
yeah,
Oh,
then we had a nurse. I told her don't wait for her ride across the street. She goes across the street in front of people's house. They call me and Pam, one of your nurses is over here. Is it a problem? Girl, you gonna get me thrown out of this white neighborhood. Come here and sit down. So we just I
golly.
don't know. It's just you never can get a good one.
Yeah.
They either gonna be late, like the one we got in the morning. She wear clothes like she washing my clothes. Girl, what the hell you doing? You can't come in here like that. No bra on, no shoes on, no. Get your no. Mm-mm. So when I said something to her supervisor the day she comes in with wrinkled scrubs on, but at least she had some clothes on. What? I don't get it. People don't take their job seriously, but I do. Somebody should tell them about me before they get here. Don't
Yeah.
come in. Don't
That's
come in.
crazy.
Mm-mm.
That's crazy, Maybelle. Well, um, what final words of wisdom do you want to leave with? Any up
Final
and
words of wisdom. Let's do this.
let's do it.
Can I thank Steve Harvey for coming to grab me 3 times and giving me the chance of a lifetime? Because he will always be my friend, and whenever he need me, I'm going. I also want to thank R. Kelly. I don't care what people say about him, but he booked me a lot. Let's get that boy out of jail. Free R. Kelly.
Can
Free
we
R.
wait till after high school graduations? Because it's almost graduation.
R. Kelly have got me on so many shows and booked me. I love him. I love him as a person. Now I don't really know what's going on with his personal life, but they're going to dare deal with that. And I also want to thank T-Shirt Brian, who has hired me and been my promoter. I want to thank Travis Winky, who taught me how to model.
Shout
I
out to
want to
Travis and
Yes,
T-shirt
Travis
Brian.
is
Yep.
it. I also want to thank Laura Young, who taught me radio Oh my gracious. I love doing radio too. Radio is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Teach you how to talk right
Absolutely.
and take your time with people and do the right thing. So definitely, Laura Young, my heart goes out to you, sweetheart. Thank you for teaching me radio. Shirley Caesar, thank you for letting me entertain your what's it I'm trying to say? Thank you for letting me entertain your family at all your family reunions. I love you. Wait a minute, it's somebody else. It's somebody else. Uh I should have written these down. Then I didn't know you was gonna get all in my business like this. Thank you, Alabama, for helping me start my comedy career 23 years ago. Thank you for all the Baltimore comedians. All of y'all are awesome. All of y'all are awesome. For the newbies, I need y'all to sit your ass down and stop talking about pay. Right now, ain't nobody getting paid. So you should be home practicing. This what this time is for, practicing and getting your skills together and really learning. For Mayor Sheila Dixon, thank you for giving me keys to the city in '09. They don't work right now, but they good. I just love you for just don't say nothing about her. You look like you about to say something. Don't say nothing about Sheila Dixon is my ace coon booms. Don't say nothing about her. So yeah, all the promoters that have hired me, including you, Chris, thank you for letting me just do my thing, do my thing. It was somebody else. It was somebody else. Wanda Sykes, you are a blessing from somewhere. You and Cheryl Underwood, thank you for being my mentors. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And the advice I want to give for people that want new comedians that want to try this. Be sure this is what you want to do because your feelings going to get hurt if you're not good. If you're good, ain't too many people going to book you because you just started out and they don't want
Mm-hmm.
you to be better than them. Hello,
Yep.
hello. You ain't got to sleep on nobody's couch to get a gig because that's not where it's at. Take your time, pace yourself. Read, learn the stage, learn the behind the scene business. Oh, I gotta also thank Pat Moran behind me for all those movies I've done. You push the line, the red. Okay. So thank Pat Moran's office, United Central Casting out of DC. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Joe Green with the MTA. Thank you. Did you know at one time my pictures was on the MTA bus and that girl seen me at a comedy show? And thank you, Joe Green, for letting me have that experience. When my mama passed away, but one day we were downtown and my bus came by with my picture on it. I like to lost my mind. I'm running down Howard Street trying to take
Pictures of the bus.
pictures of the bus. Man, that was
I know that was a great
that was
experience, man. We
absolutely.
thank you for all that you do, Maybelle. I personally want to thank you for being not only a mentor but somebody that always speak words of wisdom. And to me, it was an honor to have you on the Dillard Boys production, Austin Golf Radio, aka the Chris Dillard Experience, with no viewers. I appreciate you for coming out again. This was just a practice, and we look forward to hearing you when God do send that show to you. We're gonna be the first ones to have you on here so that you could tell us when it's airing. All right.
Okay. Did I thank my followers? I want to thank them again too. Thank you for everybody who's ever bought a ticket to come see me. Prayerfully, they will get this corona straight by 2021 and we'll be back out there doing shows and because we can't stay like this. It gotta get better. It can't stay like this.
Absolutely.
So just thank
Absolutely.
and
Yes, and
Chris
thank you too.
Dillard creation. This is good. It look a little bootleg. I don't know where you got me on. I hope this ain't no porn site. But oh, Jesus Christ. I'm proud
I
of you,
love
bro.
you, Maybelle.
I am so proud of you, Joker. One day we was laying back looking at TV, and I see you on BET, get ready to be a drug dealer. I told Charlie, I gotta get that boy on the phone because this looking too real. You
Well,
shot the children up. How could you play a role like that?
you know
Oh,
what? My pastor, before I took that role, he prayed with me and he was like, "You sure you want to take this?" And I was like, I don't, because I know people are going to say something. But he said, "This is your craft. This is a gift God gave you. If they can't understand that it's just acting, then that's on them." Um, and I took it, and yeah, when you called me that day, I just started cracking up. I said, "Oh, my show must be on."
you were so convincing. I really thought you was that guy for a minute. I told Charlie I'm getting ready to be him. What is he doing? You didn't kill the children up. You didn't kill the girl. You're selling drugs. You running women out the whole house. I said, oh my God, you're doing too much, boy.
Oh my goodness, Lord, one of those roles that I had to really tap into. That role was crazy. Um, yeah, that role was
I got a
crazy.
question for you.
Yep.
Out of all the comedians, other than myself, who who was a joy and who was a pain to work with? Go on, be honest. Go on. Ain't nobody
uh,
on here but me and you. Go
ain't
on,
nobody
tell us.
on. So real quick, the joys was Lonnie Davis,
Love him.
awesome. Big Shorty,
Hmm.
awesome. Um, uh, Timmy Hall,
Hmm.
one of the greatest. Um, Other than that, if I didn't mention your name and you worked with me, consider yourself on the other list.
Who was the pains? Difficult. When it chipped ice in the glass and crap. Who
I
was
don't know. 'Cause one of them might be working at one of them Burger Kings up on Park Heights, and I don't need nobody spitting my French fries. So I'm just gonna say, God bless you and good night.
but wait a minute, Chris, before we go, can I say something about Timmy Hall?
Yes.
Timmy Hall and Lonnie in Alabama, they my because we come through the trenches together with Laurie
Mhm.
Lancaster. And a lot of times I was the only female on the show. But do you remember the show we did for you? And um I was supposed to be before Timmy, but after Lonnie, and
Oh
Timmy had to
yeah.
leave.
Yep.
So Timmy had to go do a show in DC, and he said, "May, you got to be the headliner." No, 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 no. I've never wanted to ever follow behind them guys because they are awesome. I mean, I'm confident in my thing, but I never want to follow none of them. And so he was like, "Come on, you can do it, you can do it." And you was like, "Maybelle, you going on last?" I said, "No, I don't want to be the headliner. Headlining is so much pressure. It's fun, but it's pressure." So he went on and did his set, killed it as usual, and he threw the mic to me. I said, "Oh my God!" Now I've been doing this for some years, but I've just to be thrown into headlining, I was scared to death. So the first joke I told, and your people must already knew, they gave me must have been a sympathy standing ovation because I
Nah,
got
that standing ovation was. I was just ready to say, and at the end of your set, we had about 500 people in there. They
yes,
all, not one of them sat down. Everybody stood up and gave you a standing ovation because that's everybody giving you your flowers while you here because you are the queen. You are the queen of comedy.
thank you, baby. Thank
Yeah,
you.
love
Thank you.
you, and we'll talk to you soon.